and Sharon's had cases that were needed, and I've had to get a hold of the supervisor. In the one case, the PI went out on maternity leave. We didn't know that. We're just trying to, they gave us a social security number of 1111111, and we couldn't do anything with that. So we were trying to get, additional information. So we ended up emailing everybody to say, please help us. We've got a
Yeah,
thing.
we have
And I'm
our
gonna
phones
give you
with
my
us, and
card
phones
too.
have email
Up there.
and everything on them, so.
Yeah, if you ever need
Every
to have
email all the
someone,
time.
feel free to email me. It's best to email me.
Sure.
It's from different areas, so I'll figure out get it, but my numbers are on there as well.
I think the, one of the things that I would like, hopefully you guys can find out, is that detailed contact list that sits on the front of ART. Because as it's updated, all phone numbers are on there, our providers' phone numbers, and if you're in Putnam County, it gives you those contact information. So why are we updating it if you guys can't see it?
It's probably there, it's just everybody that logs in, they're there to do the referral, so they just hit the
Click
create referral,
automatically.
and that's where it is.
Okay, but it would be a good place to know
We
who
need
do
to
you
check and
need
make
to
sure ours is
contact.
accurate too.
Right,
You know.
because when I was trying to find somebody, I was emailing every one of you to help me with this, with the 111 social security. So, yes, I think the contact list, I see that, I don't know how much more time we have, but we have a couple follow-up on our part. One is about when there's no phone. Can a PI help us with our screening is one. Getting you guys and keeping you with a contact list, and you guys keeping us with a contact list. So I think that communication is necessary. I think we had a follow-up also with the high risk, why maybe they can't be put in St. John's. What's the problem with that?
We'll check on that. Who would you want the contact list to go to? Or do you just want it on the ART system?
What do you think?
If it's correct in art, then everybody would have access
Okay.
to it, so that would probably be the best thing.
And that's what we'll do too, is keep ours current,
Yes.
so you guys can.
Well, because I was just thinking like Mary, every time she updates the phone list,
Right,
it shows it by unit, so it'll show the
Yeah.
supervisor and who works for that supervisor. So I was thinking, well, we could always email that to you, and when it's updated, Mary updates it, she can send it.
but if it's in art, it's the best place, and we all can just go there to get that.
And then we'll have to find out if we can update ours.
Right, I think there's some follow-up.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'd like to leave here that we heard loud and clear is your follow-up to your high risk and what our questions are. I think that Susan will be taken back at the end of the 31 days and they'll contact him. When can they reject based on hazardous
And
safety?
yes, and actually getting a clear definition.
We heard you.
I think, and we're all in this for the same reason, to protect our clients and
Yes.
help them. And I'm not saying that Council on Aging isn't, I don't want that to be the impression. But I think at times, and at times I'm guilty of this too, we think, well, they'd be better off in a facility. But you know what, that's not really
That's
our
not our
decision to
decision.
make.
Right.
Ever.
And the fact that we're not gonna clean a house, or we're not gonna do what we can, doesn't force them into a facility. Now they're just stuck in that dirty house
Right.
and with no help.
Exactly.
And I think, we're all on the same side. We all want the same outcomes and for those to be positive.
What should I tell this family member today when I call her back?
You'll get back
not
to
to put you on the spot, but really
We're
seriously,
working
when
on
am I
it.
gonna, I've been telling her that now for,
Yeah.
because my case is closed, because when she declined services and she was so frazzled, but she declined, but then of course it was one that happened to just close right away, and of course, right, just change your mind,
Right.
so mine was, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna ignore the phone call and, she needs help.
Can I
So-
talk to you after?
Yeah.
That would be great. Because I do want to follow up on this. And that's why we wanted to start these discussions, and maybe some of the discussions can can include the COAs, and we can make sure that everybody's on the same page. Because I think that is probably part of the problem too, is just not being on the same page. So we can
And when
definitely.
Gail was here, we used to meet regularly with COA,
Yes,
but we haven't since she's left. I arranged one, something we met, and that was it.
The other thing, I wanna just, the reason we use fax is it's secure. And the fax come in the office, they don't drop off on the fax machine, they actually go into an email box where we can retrieve them and save them. When you're sending an email and it's not encrypted, it is not secure and anyone can get to it. So be careful what you email unless you're encrypting it so that it's not going up across just a regular email line. Because I don't know I don't know if the encryption between my family's email address and a COA email address. I know when we communicate with the Council on Aging, we're using our intranet internal in our state system, so it's a secure email. But just be cautious of what you're sending across those.
Yeah,
We
that's-
actually participate in your HIPAA and your
That's the
safety.
same for us. If we are sending anything outside of DCF, we need to be encrypted
Encrypted.
if there's anything in it confidential
Yes.
whatsoever.
Yes, they send us out the links and we participate in your online
Trainings.
webinar training.
They're so fun.
Yes.
I love them.
Yeah. I did send around my card. Please don't hesitate to call if you have questions, if you have other input. I mean, we'd like to continue this. This not just be a one-time shot. Because we can all improve. And so we need to hear the things that are going well and the things that maybe could be taken. So we really, really appreciate your time and your candor because it really is only going to help the process.
I think this is helpful, and yeah, maybe we could do it regularly, at least a couple of times a year, just to talk about what's going on and maybe even with the COAs.
We really, really, really appreciate all that you do. Not very many people would do it or continue to do it. And we do appreciate it. We really do.